Well, hello everyone. It is digital host AJ Wiest here, and welcome to 48 Blitz OT here in week 7 of high school football. It is incredibly hard to believe it is already week 7, but here we are. I think 3 more games left for a lot of teams here in the Tennessee Valley. And then we edge into the postseason. Super exciting stuff. We got 48 Sports Director Carl Prather. He's going to be joining in momentarily. He's getting ready for the 48 Blitz OT show for you all. But if you were at a game tonight, comment which game you were at. Did they get the win? Did they just fall short? I want to know. Beautiful night here in the Tennessee Valley. Certainly a chillier night, but that's what October is all about. It is all about cooling off a little bit from this long, hot summer that we have just got through. But love to feel it in the air. For me, that's what football season is all about. It's all about playing in not the best elements, of course, but it's a beautiful night tonight. Cannot go wrong with that. But I'm going to run through some of the scores here across the Tennessee Valley as we're waiting for Carl to join in. A big game here, Lauderdale County and Sheffield. This game just now ended. Lauderdale County got the win over Sheffield, 53-20. An awesome game right there. We had an injury at the Austin and Bob Jones game. Hopefully everyone is okay from that injury. That game has now resumed. It is the 4th quarter now. Austin is currently leading Bob Jones 35-28. So that is a good game going on there. Another big game, Fort Payne over Gadsden City. Fort Payne got the 10-point win in that game, 28-18 over Gadsden City. Let's get some other scores. Athens and Hartselle in a regional showdown. Hartselle got that win over Athens, 21-19. I don't know if you all are watching Beyond the Lights Athens. An awesome show, docu-series going on every Thursday night. New episodes drop. Last week was Athens gearing up for Muscle Shoals, a game they unfortunately did not win. And the Hartselle game this week, they fell short once again. Hartselle getting that win again, 21-19. A shutout win for the Huntsville Panthers. Huntsville beat Albertville 42-0 tonight. So congrats to Huntsville with that big win. Another big win, Coleman. Coleman got that win over Columbia tonight, 61-6. Very good game there. Let's look at some other ones. Another shutout game tonight, Decatur Heritage Christian over Tanner. Decatur Heritage taking a massive win, 62-0 over Tanner. So congrats to Decatur Heritage. And another shutout win, Madison Academy 52, New Hope 0. So an awesome game there. Our 48 game of the week was not very close, not like I was expecting. Guntersville got the win 34-7 over Scottsboro. So shout out Guntersville there. That was the battle of the Wildcats. Which Wildcat would reign supreme? And tonight it was certainly the Guntersville Wildcats. So congrats to Guntersville High School for that win there. We got to talk about this Sparkman-James Clemens game. Super close game there. Sparkman just edges James Clemens by 1 point. Sparkman got the win 15-14, James Clemens. And I bet that was certainly a good game to be at, a crazy game to be at. If you're from Sparkman High School, shout them out. Shout out Sparkman tonight. Big win over James Clemens. The Florence Falcons, they got a big win tonight, 38-7 over Grissom High School. So Florence, the Falcons keep flying high. There is no doubt about that. Brooks and Deschler. Brooks got that win 44-21 over Deschler. Another game there. And let's actually go through some of the other games here across the Tennessee Valley. And let me pull up our scoreboard. If you guys are watching at home, do you guys check our website? Go over to the sports scores. If you don't know how to access it, all you got to do, you just go to WAFF.com. In the top little side category, you will click on sports. And then from sports, you will click on the sports scores. And you can access all the Tennessee Valley scores here in week 7. So shout out. We definitely got to talk about that.
For those that are new
to I believe it is time we send it over to 48's Carl Prather now. Carl, let's go. You guys enjoy 48 Blitz OT.
Student athletes as they continue to compete at the highest level across the valley on the gridiron. For those familiar, welcome back. Glad to have you for our 48 Blitz OT show. We'd like to send a big shout out to our sponsor, Alabama Concrete, continuing to join us each and every year. Really, truly appreciate them and their support during this 2024 high school football season. We had some amazing games. We got some big time scores and some big time games to get to tonight all across the board. But we start with our 48 Blitz game of the week. My teammate Cam Durr was out at Chorba Lee Stadium at Phil Isom Field as the second-ranked Guntersville Wildcats in Class 5A hosted the 9th-ranked Scottsboro Wildcats in a huge rivalry matchup. She had a complete recap of this game and has more from our game of the week.
Carl, this certainly feels more like football weather here in Guntersville. We had a big-time clash between two of the state's top 10 teams in Class 5A between Scottsboro and Guntersville. And I said pregame that it was going to come down to the defense to make all of the difference in this game, and that certainly translated in the final score. An all-out catfight tonight from Chorba Lee Stadium in the Class 5A top 10 clash between number 9 ranked Scottsboro and number 2 Guntersville. And the home team, they didn't waste any time. First drive, and Julian Jordan makes a man miss, brings it on home for the first score of the night. Guntersville up 7-0 after the PAT. Yeah, that one got Coach Reese pumped up, but no answer from Scottsboro. Instead, Guntersville going to drive the ball all the way down the field. They're going to go up 10-0 after a 47-yard boot from Brandon Manganeris, and that one got the student section hyped up. Well, the Wildcats in black and gold would threaten late in the first quarter. Jake Jones dumps it off to Jaden Gilbert, fighting his way into the end zone, but look closely. The ball is stripped right at the 2-yard line, recovered by Guntersville. They, however, would not cash in the following drive. So same score late into the second now. Scottsboro takes a risk on 4th down, and it pays off. Jones calls his own number, gets the first down, and then some. But the Wildcats, they're going to settle for a field goal, except this one is wide. Guntersville shuts out Scottsboro in the first half, 10-0 at the break. And so a lot more scoring from the home team in the second half. Scottsboro held to just one score in back-to-back seasons. They suffer their first region loss, 34-7, the final score.
Super proud of our guys. Assistant coaches worked hard and had a great plan. Plans don't win game, players do. Their coach had kind of questioned our toughness and talked about how tough they were. So I was really proud of our guys coming out and answering the call.
So a statement win for Coach Reese and his Guntersville Wildcats as they improve to 7-0 on the season as they hit the road for a big test against Boaz next week in Week 8. Reporting in Guntersville, Cam Durr, 48 Sports, on your side.
Thank you so much, Cam. What a great game out there for sure between Guntersville and Scottsboro. The winning coach for the Guntersville Wildcats joins us right now via phone. It's none other than the Wildcats head coach, Lance Reese. And Coach, first off, congratulations. Heck of a win. The energy was huge out there at Chorba Lee Stadium and Phil Isom Field there. I just want to ask you, how impressed were you with your young men to set the tone early on when you had so much electric of an atmosphere out there tonight?
Yeah, it was a really big game with a lot of region implications, and I thought our players answered the call. They played very physically, and assistant coaches had a great plan, but the players really, our defense did a great job of shutting their offense down, and then both of our running backs had 2 touchdowns. Kicker made some really long field goals. So overall, just a great night for us.
You know, you mentioned about just your assistant coaches. How important was it, with so many men that you kind of give the keys, as we like to say, with these young men? They're kind of in these individual position rooms and kind of are more hands-on with them day-to-day basis. Of course, like yourself, but man, that had to be one heck of a game plan to kind of see all of that come to fruition against a really good Scottsboro team.
Yeah, I'm really blessed to have a great staff. I've been the head coach for 15 years, and Chris Kennedy, my offensive coordinator, has been with me all 15, and then Ryan Thomas, my defense coordinator, has been with me for 14. So having that stability really means a lot to me. And I mentioned we felt like we had a good plan, and I thought the players had a lot of confidence going in. But the plans don't win games; players do, and they really played with great effort tonight.
How do you manage? I always ask you this when you play the likes of Arab and the likes of Guntersville, and of course Boaz is next week. When you're playing rivalry matchups, how do you kind of work through and navigate that, especially as the games become that much more meaningful outside of the rivalry when there's so much on the line as it was tonight with first place on the line and the inside track to a potential region championship?
Yeah, we're fortunate to have a lot of good teams really close to us, and Scottsboro's just right down the road. So even though it was a big region game, honestly, both teams are going to play with great effort. So we're just fortunate to have games like this where both communities really came out and supported both teams. And I just try to tell our guys that the bigger the game, the more you've got to concentrate on just doing your job. Don't worry about the emotions of the game, or just concentrate on doing your job. Trust that your teammates will do theirs, and good things will happen, and it did tonight.
You got a monster game, and I know you literally are just an hour, 44 minutes away, or a little over that, of just winning a monster game. But you got Boaz that's literally 5 miles up the road from your campus and your facilities. The implications for that, basically region title on the line right there next week. Walk us through just how do you kind of reset, refocus these young men as they got yet another grind them out type potential game there with so much on the line heading into next week.
Yeah, I told the players after the game, as big a win as this was and as excited as we are, all that did was make this Boaz game that much bigger. And Coach Sullivan, as head coach of Boaz, I've got a lot of respect for him and his staff, and I know they'll be ready to play, and we've got to go on the road to Boaz. But kind of like I mentioned with Scottsboro, it's a rivalry game. They're a Marshall County team, so our kids are going to get up. Their kids are going to play hard. And, it should just be another big night of high school football. No doubt.
That's what makes this place in this area so special, Coach. Listen, enjoy the win. I know you're about to pour into the field and get these young men ready for next Friday, because that is going to be a monster game in Pirates country. But congratulations on the win, and best of luck the rest of the way as you head into the playoffs.
Thank you very much, Carl.
Absolutely. That is none other than Guntersville Wildcats head coach Lance Reese, class personified, one of the good men in this sport, in this area, and great community member as well. A big win for Guntersville, all alone in first place, but first place, region championship, all of that is going to be on the line between Boaz and Guntersville next week. And he mentioned Jeremy Sullivan. He will have his kids ready to play, and that will be an electric atmosphere over at Corley Field Stadium there next week. We will be there for sure with our cameras there for our 48 Blitz Week 8 edition. All right, we're going to head to a first place matchup and region championship actually on the line here in Class 6A Region 8. Fort Payne hosting Gaston City. Fort Payne scored their second touchdown of the night with that pass from Dax Varnador to Brandon Oliver. Gaston City, you knew they wouldn't go away, right? They got their yards tonight. This kid, Ty Worthy, can go. Breaking through the line of scrimmage after a pass from Kai Franklin. Ton of Fort Payne Wildcats had to take them down there just inside the 20-yard line. Ultimately, the Titans would kick a field goal for their first score of the night, but the Wildcats would finish off the first half here with another pass from Varnador. That kid is so good, man, at quarterback. This time, Carter Tinker for another 6. Fort Payne, your region champions. Yeah, region champions. Those two teams were undefeated, and not anymore. Fort Payne undefeated in the region. They win 28-18. Switching gears closer to home, Bob Jones and a logjam for third place at 2-2 within the region, taking on Austin. Look at this. Johnny Jackson with the lateral, and then boom, the Patriots hit the Black Bears with a deep pass there into the end zone for the score. Patriots D gets the ball back. Jackson with a pass to Malachi Foster for another Patriots touchdown on homecoming. But this Austin team is so good, folks. So good. You're going to see, this is this pass I was just mentioning to you right there for the score, Malachi Foster. But then on the ensuing kickoff, come on, Austin. Black Bears going to score right here, I believe. Yep. Down the sideline. That's just speed, right inside the 20, rather. But then huge run here. We're going to break the plane for the score there. Hey, listen, we hate injuries. It's part of it. Unfortunately, Gavin Fuqua, running back number 20 for Austin, had an injury tonight, had to be carted off. Thoughts and prayers to his family, the Black Bears and their community. You can bring it back to me, guys. I just want to say this. Shout out to Austin, the Black Bears, their community. Jeremy Perkins is class personified as well. The Morgan County, Austin community is outstanding as well. He had an injury, had to get carted off. Gave a thumbs up, though. That's the good news. We hope that he can get back on the field and, more importantly, become healthy after a tough injury there. Austin gets the win, 42-28. They remain undefeated in first place. There was another team that came into tonight in Class 7A Region 4 looking to remain undefeated within the region. It was the Jets of James Clemens. They traveled to Senators Country. Let me tell you something. Sparkman is a tough place to play. Talented as they come, the Senators can just really bring it. And early in this contest, James Clemens bringing the fight. It's Cameron Berry. They're building a little momentum, but the Senators were not going to give up easy. William Robinson going to slow down Anthony Gideon. He's a freshman there. Nice stop for the defense there. The Jets determined Ty Dowdy right up the middle into the end zone for the score for JC. But you know what? I told you, Sparkman Senators don't play around. And they get a big win. You can bring it back to me really quick. I just want to say this as well. Big shout out to Sparkman, 15-14. So now Austin all alone in the top of the standings in Class 7A Region 4 with that win. So they both play each other next week, Austin and James Clemens. But we got some community members in our area watching this. Shout out to Latasha Matthews. I see you, young lady. We are Sparkman. Absolutely, you are. That is a monster win for the Senators. And then Holly Baker saying, way to go, Sparkman Senators. Big shout out to the Senators because that was a big win for their program tonight, beating a previously undefeated team within the region in James Clemens by 15-14. Hey, Amber Tapscott threw out West Morgan over Danville, 61-14. West Morgan in the top 10 in Class 4A within the state. They haven't lost a regular season football game in 2 seasons or a season and a half. You have to go all the way back to 2022, the last time they lost a regular season game in the playoffs. Drew Phillips for the Rebels does a fantastic job for West Morgan. So they're undefeated as well. So we really appreciate you all interacting with us on Facebook and on our YouTube channel across the board with all of our student athletes as they continue to potentially make the march toward the postseason. Okay, do you all want to go to the plays of the week? All my buddies are in our control center. I call it the Starship Enterprise. So they're all in there on the ones and twos, as I like to say. Here's our plays of the week. It is Decatur Heritage, it's Bob Jones, and it's the Panthers of Huntsville. You can vote right now. Head over to WAFF.com/play of the week. You can vote for your top nominee there. We will announce the winners Wednesday at 3, and then of course we will announce the voting closes at 3 rather. We'll announce the winner during our 6 p.m. newscast at 6. Did you say that again for me, Katie? Okay, no, it's all good. It's all good. Wanted to send a big shout out to all of our teams. I'm just going to read a couple of scores here over on our scoreboards that came in across the board here. Here we go. We mentioned all of our 7A teams there. that came away with the big wins there. Florence got a big win, 38-7 over Grissom tonight. Huntsville with the shutout, 42-0 over Albertville tonight, keeping their playoff hopes alive as well. Fort Payne, we mentioned, got a big victory over Gaston City. Boaz, as we discussed, because they have a big game next week, Boaz wins big over Brewer, 52-26. So that Guntersville-Boaz game next week in Boaz will be fantastic. There'll be a lot on the line for that region championships, first place, first top seed there within the region as well. So congratulations to Boaz and Guntersville for their big wins. We also had West Limestone, big win over Wilson, 49-17 as well. Fife with a big win tonight, 49-7 over Whitesburg Christian. Mars Hill Bible, no problems with Elkmont, 55-6. Rogers gets the big win, 42-15 as well. So congratulations to a number of our high school football teams that came away with victories. We want to thank you all for joining us tonight on our 48 Blitz Show. Big shout out to Alabama Concrete for continuing to provide amazing sponsorship for this show. Hey, listen, get ready for some college football. Bama plays at 11 a.m. tomorrow. They're hosting South Carolina. Auburn off this week. They'll get ready for Missouri a week from tomorrow. Then we got two separate homecomings in North Alabama for our own college football team. You go an hour west to North Alabama, the Lions will be hosting 10th ranked Abilene Christian. Big thumbs up and good luck to head coach Brent Dearman and his crew. And then right here in the city, Normal, Alabama, the Alabama A&M Bulldogs are going to be hosting the Bethune-Cookman program there in a SWAC matchup. They need to win that game to not fall to 0-2. You don't want to do that. You need to try to potentially get to a SWAC, Southwestern Athletic Conference Championship. So, the Grills are going to be cooking in Florence and in Greater Huntsville tomorrow. Make sure you get out to one of those games. Heck, try to do both of them. I don't know. Figure it out. There's going to be good eats in either one of those places. But going to be an exciting weekend of high school, or college football rather. We'll get you prepared next Friday for another week of high school football as we move ever closer to week 10 at the end of the regular season with week 8 of our high school football season. For all of the men and women that make this show truly possible, we'd like to thank them. Thanks to Paul Molling and Tyler North and Katie Rainwater. And then wave everybody. There you go. They're fantastic. AJ Wiest and Kate Norm in the building, as well with all of our scores, all of our photographers that were across all of the Tennessee Valley making this show happen with all of our video. We thank you. Cannot thank you enough for what you do each and every Friday night and during the high school football season. That's going to do it for us. We hope you enjoy your weekend. Get out and enjoy this beautiful weather, and we'll see you back here next Friday on our 48 Blitz OT show. Good night, everyone.